Hi everyone, Caitlin here from the Joymaker team, and today we're going to be talking about templates. Now, templates can help you save time and look professional, and they're pretty easy to set up. So today we're going to walk through each of these template tabs and go through the template types and how to edit them to set yourself up for success when using TravelJoy. There are 8 different tabs within the templates menu. Confirmation templates are the thank you pages that appear to your clients after taking certain actions like completing an invoice payment or submitting a form. Email templates are pre-written email messages that make it easier to send quick, consistent communication by letting you customize them for different clients and situations. Form templates allow you to collect needed details from your clients and store that information within their trip or client profile. Invoice templates can be used to create reusable invoice items to easily select and add to your client's invoice, like a planning fee. The Library tab allows you to manage library items accessible within your itinerary or smart proposal builder, such as previously created activities, hotels, and more. The Signature tab gives you the ability to create and customize your signature, which can be displayed on email messages and more. Task lists offer a way to build out a workflow using tasks that can be set up to remind you to complete a to-do list item or automated to send your client a form or email. The Terms and Conditions tab provides a way to store your terms and conditions for any occasion and use them easily on features such as invoices and group booking pages. So the first templates tab we're looking at today is the Confirmations tab. This tab is going to give you control over your confirmations templates, and those are going to be the thank you messages that appear when your client submits a form, completes a credit card authorization, and more. You can view our default confirmation templates by opening them here, just by clicking on them. And as you can see, this is what they will appear to your clients as, and you can edit the content of those thank you messages over here on the left-hand side. You can even choose to add your signature or remove it using that checkbox. Once you've completed your changes, just make sure to hit that blue save button in the right-hand corner of the screen to save your changes. You can also change the default confirmation templates that show for things like form submissions, proposals, direct invoice payments, and supplier invoice authorizations. You can use this drop-down menu to select any of the confirmation templates seen down here. And if you want to add a new template, you can do so using the Add Template button. Now let's talk about one of the easiest ways to streamline your workflow: email templates. You can find your email templates underneath the Emails tab. As you can see, we have several preloaded email templates or default templates for you to use or customize, or you can add your own templates up at the top right-hand corner of the screen. If you'd like to customize a default template within the Emails Templates tab, simply click on that template and you can customize it accordingly. Use our font toolbar to add flares such as text changes, highlighting, and you can even use what we call merge fields to automatically import data from your client's trip into the message, saving you more time. You can find other merge fields to add to your messages using this 3-dot menu here and using the insert option to select any of the offered merge fields. Once you've completed your changes, be sure to scroll down and see that blue save button. Save those changes in place, and now you can access that email template when sending your client an email message. From the Forms tab, TravelJoy allows you the opportunity to customize pre-built forms or create your own using the Add Form button at the top right-hand corner of the screen. To customize a default form, simply click into that form, and the editing screen will appear. There is a lot of things you can do within forms, so we'll try to go through each one. But as you can see, this is a pre-built form, so we already have questions included. You can use any of the questions on the right-hand side to build out your form further, swap anything out. If you'd like to edit some of the questions that are already in place here, just hover over them and find that edit icon with the little pencil on the right-hand side. You can also duplicate questions or get rid of them using that X. You can make questions required, change the question title, change the help text, which is what your client sees when they hover over that little question mark, or change the placeholder text, which gives your clients a nudge in the right direction for what they should be inputting here. There are a lot of different question options, so be sure you're selecting the correct one for what you need. For example, text fields allow you to collect small pieces of information from your client, such as this field here, whereas a text area, if we drag and drop it where we want it in the form, is going to allow us to collect a lot more information from our clients. So be sure you're using the correct question type for what you need. Now, a very important question type that we offer within forms is the client questions. You'll see them over here on the right-hand side, starting with that word client. These questions are linked to these blue tags that you see on the form when scrolling through. These blue tags indicate that this question is linked to your client's profile card. So any answer that they provide here will be saved to their profile card moving forward. So it's really important to ensure that this question matches the tag that's connected to their client profile card. So take care when editing these. Now let's talk about form settings. If we scroll to the top of the page, we'll see a few options here. First, we can preview the form, how it'll look like to our clients. Don't worry, this image that you see here, if you see something different or it's an archived trip, it's just going to pull the image from your first created trip within your account to give you an idea of what a form could look like. When you send this form to a client, their details will display instead. You can use the Responses tab to see any responses that this form has collected. You can even export these using the options here. Now from the Build tab, we have a few other settings we can control. We can choose our confirmation page, which will be that confirmation template, that thank you message that appears after our client submits their form, and we can select that template from this drop-down menu here. We can choose a confirmation email that will be triggered when our client completes their form using any of our email templates. You can select those here. And if you choose to show advanced form options, we have a few more settings we can select. We have the ability to add a credit card authorization if we'd like, as well as add terms and conditions and require a client signature. When we select either of these options, we'll be able to select the terms and conditions template we would like them to view. We can even enable security precautions to avoid things such as spam submissions on forms that have been shared via an embedded form on your website or by link. You can embed a form on your website or share a link to your form at the top right-hand corner of the screen when editing your form. If you choose to embed your form, you'll get a code that you can then use on your website to embed that form. Or you can use the Get Form link to generate a link to share with your clients via social media, email, however you'd like. The Invoices tab is going to allow us to create or customize invoice items that we can then use on invoices within our clients' trips. These invoice items come with a lot of defaults, or you can create your own at the top right-hand corner of the screen. If you click into any of the default invoice items to edit it, you'll see the fields that you can add details into so that these are already pre-populated when you are building the invoice within your client's trip. You can also head to the Commission tab to add in any standard commission info that will also automatically be included when added to your client's invoice. Use that blue Save button in order to keep your changes in place. And now you'll be able to use your customized invoice items anytime you create an invoice. The Library tab will allow us to edit or add any items to our library accessible in our itineraries and smart proposals. You can add a new item by using the Add Item button at the top right-hand corner of the screen, or edit any of your existing library items simply by clicking into them on this list. You can edit any of the details that you need to right from this pop-up, including photos, details about the item, add documents if needed, and now even add tags to keep track of your items. You can add a tag by typing it into the Tags field, selecting Return or Enter to save that tag in place, then using the blue Save button. Now you can organize all of your library items from one centralized location. Use the Signature tab to create and customize your email signature. You can use our font toolbar to do things like change the font, add a highlight, change text color, and even add photos. Ensure that this checkbox is checked in order to include your signature on trip messages, and use the blue Save button to save your changes in place. Streamline your workflow and ensure you never miss another to-do list item by creating a task list to import to your client's trips. You can create your own task list using the Add Template button at the top right-hand corner of the screen, or customize our standard trip default task list. Once you've clicked into the task list, you can go ahead and add a new task, or you can edit any of the pre-created tasks within this list just by clicking on them. You can edit the details of the task, and right now this is a manual task, so it's going to send us a reminder to do something. We can automate this task to send something such as a form or an email to our client based off their trip start dates and end dates by selecting the Set Relative Due Date checkbox. We can indicate when we want this form or email to be sent based on the trip start date or end date, and we can use this drop-down menu to indicate what we want this task to do. And I'm selecting from a drop-down menu you may not be able to see on your screen, but I was able to select the Bon Voyage email template. And now to finish out the automation portion, we're going to select Automation up here at the top left. We're going to select to automate this task on the due date that we selected underneath the relative due date. We can change the template that we'd like to send if we need to, who we want this email to be sent to, and whether or not we want to receive a copy by email or mark the task as complete when the action is done. Select that blue Save button, and we should see that magic wand pop up next to the task, letting us know that it is an automated task and will be automated once it's imported to the client's trip based on those trip start dates and end dates. Once you're done completing your changes, use that blue Save button in the bottom right-hand corner of the screen, and now your task list can be imported with these changes onto any new client trip. Your terms and conditions templates are arguably the most important templates you'll create. We have a set of default terms and conditions templates that you can see here, or you can create your own using the Add Template button at the top right-hand corner of the screen. To edit your terms and conditions templates, simply click into them. You can copy and paste or write in the information that you need for your terms and conditions and use that blue Save button to keep those changes in place. Now you'll be able to access those terms and conditions anywhere you need them displayed on TravelJoy. Looking for a bonus tip on how to best organize your templates? You'll notice that default templates can't be renamed. So we're using forms just as an example. If you click into our client profile update form, you'll notice we can't actually update that name. That's because this is a default form, but there is a way to rename this. If we head into our form templates, we can duplicate the form we'd like to rename using that duplicate button. It's going to create that form automatically. We can give it a new name. Save the form by scrolling down to that blue Save button in the right-hand corner. And now we have a new profile update form that is a complete copy of this profile update form. We can then archive our default form, and it'll now live in the Archive tab if we ever need it again in the future.